So, Amazon decided that they were going to lay off another 15,000 people today. And it just goes to show like the software engineering market is so bad. Okay. Obviously, I could come out and make a video like that and it would probably do really well, right? Those kind of negative videos do extremely well on YouTube. But to be completely honest, the feeling that I have towards this announcement is just meh. Meh. Like that's how I'm feeling is I've already kind of come to terms with the fact that the job market is the way that it is. And also, furthermore, I've also come to terms with the fact that, the software engineering job itself is gone. What used to be software engineering, that doesn't exist anymore. It kind of still exists, but it's going away. It is dying and dying fast. And obviously, this was an extremely difficult thing for me to actually come to terms with because, you work so hard to get your engineering degree. You put so much time, energy, money, etc., everything into your degree. And for me, I was, it took me 10 years to graduate. And the reason for that is because I I was working full time and then going to school part time. And some terms I just didn't even go because I didn't have enough money to pay the tuition, right? I was unable to get the government like Pell Grants, but then I was also unable to get student loans because you have to be 26 to be considered like independent and then you can sign your own student loans. So I wasn't able to get either one, so I had to pay everything out of pocket. And I remember when I was going to school, I just looked at graduation as this finish line and I was working so hard to be able to achieve it. And I was just like, if I can just get to this graduation, I'm gonna be set. Everything's gonna be awesome. Look, right, like I built that up in my own head. And then 6 months before I ended up graduating, ChatGPT came out and nuked my degree, right? Just from orbit. Boom. And so it took me a long time to be able to actually come to terms with this. And I was definitely going through like trying to fight against it and hoping that it wasn't the case and just being just like every single month having my expectations lower, 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 lower. But then I reached a point that I was like, okay, fine. This is the environment that we find ourselves in. That old system is no longer here. And I started thinking about how can I actually move forward? How and what should I be doing to be able to take a step into this new environment in which we find ourselves in. And what I came up with is, and I don't know if this is correct. I have no idea. Trust me. Please trust me. I have no idea if this is correct. It is just what I'm trying to do. Maybe it's a cope. Maybe it's going to turn out to be successful. Maybe it's not. I have no idea. But what I decided was I took a look around and I said, okay, well, how do I use AI? How do I become an AI empowered engineer to be able to use AI to increase my productivity? What does that even mean? What does that look like? What would an AI empowered engineer even be? I don't know. And that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now is okay, great. I have my degree. It's in electrical and computer engineering. That's what my degree is, right? And I know that I'm trying to learn all of these software engineering and computer engineering, all of that, right? And I also have experience. I've worked so far 2 years, a little bit over 2 years as an embedded systems engineer. So I have a fair amount of knowledge, or I guess technical understanding. How do I actually apply this and become a better uh, AI empowered engineer? What does that look like? how do you do these different things? Like, what is an MCP server? What are agents? How do you use all of these different things? What is vectorization? What is context window? What is chunking? What are, right, all of these different terms? How do you actually use AI to be efficient? That's what I'm trying to learn and figure out. Other questions that I have is, okay, well, what is the actual importance of technical knowledge? Is it important or is it not? And so far, what I'm coming up with after I've been experimenting with using AI is actually those technical skills still are important and valuable because if I and I've tried to do this. I've obviously I make these YouTube videos and I do the entire project. I film it all. And whenever I try to build something using any of the AI tools, whatever it is, right? Copilot, Claude, what all of those, right? If I don't have a clear understanding and knowledge of what I am trying to accomplish, it turns out horribly and I'm unable to do it. But if I know what I am doing, if I understand the technical details behind it, I can use those tools to be able to very quickly build something. And so after playing around with AI, I'm starting to realize that, actually maybe these technical skills are still relevant and important insofar as they allow you to be able to understand what the AI is doing and guide it into the right path. Now, again, who knows what the future is going to be? I have no idea. It seems like every 6 months a new model is dropped and it's better than the last one. And, like, I have no idea what the future holds. But as of right now, this is what I'm seeing. And it seems like when you use AI to go step by step by step, this is the most efficient. When you have a user who is here on his computer and they're saying, like, okay, we'll do this one very fine, detailed thing, and you understand what you're trying to get it to do, you ask it to do it, you verify that yes, it did do what you're expecting, do a git commit, and then go again, right? Like, okay, great, it did this one thing, now let me do this other. And so you do go fine, you do detail by detail by detail by detail. And so this is what I found to be the most effective in building. And you're able to build pretty quickly doing this. So it requires understanding. And also, not only understanding of the underlying technical details, but also in order to prompt it correctly, you need to have a very detailed understanding of what the output should be, which is very difficult for me to do if I don't understand what I'm actually building, right? So I've found myself, even if I am attempting to use AI as much as I can, which is one of the goals that I have, is trying to use AI to a more and more larger percentage of my building projects. But I've found myself being like, well, before I can even use AI, I have to go and try to learn the topic. And then I can use AI, which is not what I expected. I was expecting once I said, okay, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to get serious about learning AI and I'm going to become more uh, go down this path. I thought, okay, well, this is going to be easy. It's going to be really easy to do. I'm just going to go on to my Copilot. I'm going to type, I want this and this and this and this, and enter, and there we go, right? No, no, it wasn't that way. It wasn't that way. And so it got me feeling like, okay, interesting. It's it gave me a glimpse into what the future of software engineering might actually be is people who have a very good understanding of both the technical details, the product that they want to build, and also how to use AI. And this is kind of the situation that I am trying to position myself for. I'm trying to learn the skill, all three of those skills that I just mentioned. I'm trying to position myself to be able to meet that job in the future. That's what I'm trying to do when I mention or when I say that I'm trying to become an AI empowered engineer. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know, once again, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. I have no idea. But it just seems that that is the right way to be going, and that's the way that I'm going down. And so I've been, as you guys know on my YouTube channel, I've been building projects. I've been trying to play around with these different tools, learn about them, building other things as I mentioned, like MCP servers as well, trying to write your own custom MCP servers, connecting it to Bedrock, figuring out how do you vectorize like your S3 bucket and do all of these different things, be able to get it, your agent on your local machine to be able to connect through your MCP up to Bedrock and get the context, etc. So just playing around with different things. And I'm hoping that this turns out. I don't know if it's going to turn out. It could fall flat on its face. It could be just like, nope. Or they could introduce, and by they, I mean, who isn't doing it? Google, Meta, OpenAI, Anthropic, all of these different companies, all of them are racing towards building a more and more automated uh, software engineering pipeline. So one of them could easily come out tomorrow and be like, well, you know what? Never mind. We don't need AI empowered engineers. Goodbye. It could happen. I mean, I was so caught off guard with the announcement of ChatGPT, the original ChatGPT, or I guess what, ChatGPT 3, right? So that could come out again. There could be another huge shift, and all of them are trying to race towards that. It could happen. I have no idea if it's going to or not. So that's why when I'm thinking, or when I see this news about, okay, this company is doing a layoff, that company is doing a layoff, the other company is doing a layoff, it's like, I mean, we already knew it. We already know that the software engineering job market is the way that it is. This is not new information. It is not something, a new revelation. It is not, we already know all of this. We've already known that software engineering, what used to be, that thing called software engineering is dying. It's going away. It's less and less every single 6 months, every time that a new model comes out, less and less of those jobs are needed. So we've already known that. We already know that software engineering is dying. We already, okay, it's already, it's old news. And so when I'm seeing this, I'm just like, okay, tell me something new, you know? I've already moved on and I've already accepted that fact. And I'm trying to now say, okay, great. How can I adapt to the environment? How can I step into this new environment and be able to actually be productive, and what are they looking for? How can I meet their expectations? How am I able to do this? I have no idea if what I'm doing is correct. I don't know if my skill level is going to match what they need. I have no idea. But I'm trying as hard as I can. I'm you know, pushing, 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 pushing. So far, I haven't gotten anything, right? I've been trying to be able to find a software engineering job up in Seattle. I mean, it's just radio silence, just nothing. I got one online assessment, but other than that, it's just like nothing. Um, but I'm just going to keep on going. The only thing that I can do is just improve myself, learn more skills, learn how to use AI better, practice more, build more projects, and as I just said, learn those technical skills, right? I thought that they were going away, but the more that I'm using AI, the more I realize that they are important. And I'm like, okay, so this is the only thing that we can do is just keep improving ourselves, keep moving forward, just keep taking a step forward. And that's why with my YouTube videos, a lot of times I come out and I'm just here, let me do an impression of myself on a lot of my YouTube videos. Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so I don't know. I kind of have a headache right now. I'm super tired. I just got off work, but anyways, let's try to build something, or let's try to move forward in our project. I don't I have no idea. Man, I don't know. I don't want to do this. Right? That's that's an impression of me, right? Even when I'm super tired, I want to say no, no matter how tired I am, if I have a headache, if I have whatever it is, just take a step forward. Taking a sleepy step forward, a tired step forward, is better than not taking a step forward. And so that's why I come out, even if I'm just like exhausted, I say, okay, we're gonna do a leak code video, or we're going to do a project video, or we're going to do something, just take a step forward, just improve yourself. And that's what I would encourage all of you guys who are doing software engineering. Like, it looks pretty bleak, but I would just encourage you, move forward, try to figure out, okay, no matter how small the step is, how can I take a step forward? So that would be my suggestion. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, subscribe. I make YouTube videos, as I said, about leak code. I do project videos. I do a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I'm not really a YouTuber. I more or less just make videos just tangentially to building the projects. I was thinking like, oh, it would be kind of cool to document my process or my progress. And I just started filming videos and then I just kept going. And so that's kind of my thing. I'm not a full YouTuber, I just post my videos and try to do that. But if that's interesting, subscribe. I would love to have you around, and hopefully we will be able to improve ourselves together. So yeah, thank you for watching. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, goodbye.